Why are these garbage people like
All right.
throwing their glasses back at the bartender?
Yeah, I don't know. So this is Budweiser Tapper. We're not playing that root beer tapper bullshit.
This is for
This
adults.
is the adult. Yeah,
I
this is,
can't play you guys.
yeah. If you're not 21, you can't watch this video.
Okay, but we were actually talking about this earlier, but I think that all beer tastes like piss.
You just haven't had enough of it.
I think you're wrong, and I think it will always taste
Matt,
like
you're
piss.
playing.
No, I'm not. Oh, I am.
I feel like it will always taste like piss forever, and everybody who likes beer is a wrong fool.
You gotta not let it crash.
I know. I was getting used to the controls.
Uh-huh.
So fun
Likely.
fact, That's 8.
Look, if I'm gonna get drunk, I would rather my drinks taste like good.
I want it to taste like a syrupy dream.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a raspberry framboise sometime.
From what?
Just
It's a raspberry beer. It's really good.
Gonna pour
Raspberry.
pour Cavassier.
I like cider.
Okay.
I mean,
Pour
cider.
Cavassier into a raspberry Fanta for you.
What's your cider of choice? Are you Angry Orchard?
I'll drink anything.
Because Angry Orchard tastes like ass to me. It's the worst cider. Like, it's so not
Woodchuck
good.
Amber is really good.
Yeah.
He's
I
like
would-
silently just nodding over in the corner, just like it does taste like that.
It tastes terrible.
Were you paying attention?
I don't know how people do
I'm not.
ciders. I really don't. For the life of me.
No, ciders I don't mind. I just Angry Orchard's a little
Oops.
bit too sweet for me. No,
Oops,
no, you're a one-off.
All right. I'm ready to serve.
Okay, so we promised in our Tiny Brains episode that in this episode we were talking
It's gonna be really funny if that airs after this, or like, yeah.
I don't think
after
we're gonna
this
air
one.
Tapper first. Note to self, or note to Matt: don't air Tapper first. Tiny Brains, put it on. Tiny Brains on the schedule before Tapper.
man,
Oh, that was close.
Slick with the wraparound. Then you fucked it up. We were gonna talk about how Suicide Squad was fucking dog shit. Because that movie was probably the worst movie I've seen all year. Like,
That bad?
yeah, I hated it.
I every single review I had read of it so far just said hot mess in the title.
Yeah, oh, it's such a mess. Like, and I was telling Matt, like, what happened with it is DC set their release date.
Nice.
And then David Ayer wrote the script in 6 weeks, and then they immediately jumped into shooting. They got a good cast, but that can't save a bad script. Like, and then Batman vs. Superman came out, and people were like criticizing Batman vs. Superman because it's like really melancholy and sad, and they wanted like a fun superhero movie, and so
Nice.
Warner Brothers fucking panicked and did $10 million in reshoots, and then did a new cut of the movie that was supposed to be wackier and like more comedy oriented, and they screened both cuts, David Ayer's original, more somber cut of Suicide Squad and the newer, more wacky cut, and neither were well received. So they tried to Frankenstein a movie together out of both cuts. And so, like, basically what you have is two separate movies that were bad to come together to make one even worse movie. And like, part of me feels bad for David Ayer because he's catching flack for something that isn't entirely his creative vision. But also,
Damn.
you wrote a script in 6 weeks. I doubt it was that much better. Like,
Oh, put your initials in.
Sometimes it would take me 6 months to write a 15-minute short, like, after how many
so
fucking revisions you go through.
We've all kind of gone on though in terms of it not being what we wanted or expected. What worked?
Yeah. What worked, I think, is, once again, the cast, I thought was very good. They did a great job casting. Jai Courtney, a surprisingly fun Captain Boomerang.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
Because, like,
It's
normally
interesting
Jai
'cause
Courtney has, like, the personality of wet dirt. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like, I think Movie Bob said it, that, like, Jai Courtney should get with, like,
Hiram's playing.
like,
by the way.
yeah, Hiram's playing. Jai Courtney should get with, like, Guy Ritchie and do, like, a Guy Ritchie bent, because he felt so much more at home, like, mugging to the camera and being, like, a goofball and, like, a kind of, like, Australian rowdy boy.
Individually, it seems like the balance of that cast in terms of how they like worked and interacted with each other was pretty good.
Yeah, there was chemistry. There was real chemistry between characters, and I think that given better dialogue, like, they really could have gone somewhere with it. The big problem with it is there are just so many plot elements that come up but never
Nailed it.
like get resolved. Like I told Matt that
It felt like it never really. It was so beholden to other shit we've seen in superhero movies that it couldn't actually tell its own story.
And
the thing that was really a bummer with it is that for like it being this more lo-fi, like centric thing of like looking at these characters that are traditionally bad, they didn't really have a mission that suited them. It was the same boring ass save the fucking whole world.
I said it should have just been a heist movie.
Yeah,
like
why
that's what Suicide Squad should be at home with. Is these like
it should be Dirty Dozen meets Ocean's 11.
Just a Black Ops thing somewhere.
Yeah, and
maybe a regime change in a country or something real fucking dirty.
I think something else that really worked, or two things. Amanda Waller was fantastic.
Played
really
Amanda
good.
Waller very well.
Viola Davis knocks it out of the park as Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller has the highest real human being kill count in that movie, which is nuts. You'd think it'd be Deadshot. But I think that worked very well. I think the soundtrack was good. It was just manufacturing tension rather than using characters to build it. I think Kevin Smith said it in his review, which I don't necessarily agree with all of what he said, but I do agree with the idea of just sprinklings of the extended DC. Like Batman's in the movie, and but not the focus of it. So we're not watching like a Batman movie. We are watching a Suicide Squad movie, but Batman exists in this universe, so he's there. So is the Flash, which is really cool. And I would say spoilers for Suicide Squad, but there's no plot and nothing happens in it, so.
I think the main thing that I think
if they're watching the cheerleaders,
you gotta. Its setup process of giving you a taste of these characters' personalities was to some degree pretty effective.
Yeah,
and then it just falls apart on the antagonist.
Yeah,
and what they're looking to actually accomplish.
And Enchantress was a terrible antagonist, and she was too CG. And her brother, who's I found out was Incubus, because they never say his name.
That was Incubus?
That was Incubus.
It was 2 blocks of wood.
Yeah, it was just boring, and they don't do anything, and they have no motivation.
Yeah, they never develop personalities.
And you don't need a villain for Suicide Squad. You need an antagonist, but you don't need a villain. Because we're watching a movie about villains. Like we have our fill, and I feel like what I personally would have done is I would have done the heist movie. And it was cool that they had sprinklings of nice catch, Hiram.
Nice catch.
I would have liked to have seen Batman show up to almost fight them at a moment.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Same, like
Dang.
you got far, Hiram.
Hiram,
Hiram, are you a ranked Tapper player too?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, you fucker.
And I think far too much money went into the soundtrack. I told Matt that Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, while Margot Robbie's a great... Oh, no, I'm good. I'm kind of in a zone here. If I start playing, I'll stop talking.
No, that's fine. It's all bueno then. You ready, Bueno?
Probably.
I think Margot Robbie is a great actress, and what she did with Harley Quinn...
I liked parts of it.
Parts of it was good, but unfortunately she just doesn't have enough material to work with. And there's a part in the movie where... where she has a flashback, and then Deadshot shows up, and she's like, Deadshot, do you ever think you can fall in love? And then Deadshot just bold-faced lies to her and says, no, in this business you can't, which is bullshit because he has a daughter that he loves. Which, he's not keeping that a secret. Like, he's actively in public negotiating to see his daughter. So, like, Harley pauses and just goes, textbook sociopath, and then walks away. And I would have liked to have seen more of that because Harley has a doctorate in criminal psychology. Like, and it would have been cool to have Harley sort of like pick apart and explain why these guys do what they do.
Actually occupy her profession.
Yeah.
Background.
While kind of interspersing
How
that
come no
with
one else pays me?
kind of interspersing that.
One fucking customer.
You
so
can't.
far.
If they're watching the cheerleaders, you can't serve them.
Oh, okay. Fuck, already assholes? Why not?
Because they're watching. The beer will spill. They're watching the cheerleaders. They won't catch the beer. These is just.
That's not a good enough
This
reason.
is just science.
Tapper.
Okay.
saw that throw.
It was funny when Enchantress was showing everyone their greatest wish come true. Deadshot's was not about his daughter.
Yeah,
it was about killing Batman. It's like, come on. You set up all this thing with his daughter.
In a roundabout way, though, it's about like, oh, you would be freed right now.
Yeah, and it's also like Harley's vision is her in a married relationship with a son and real Jared Leto, which doesn't make sense for Harley because Harley loves the Joker. She doesn't love some like normal ass Jared Leto fucking version of it.
If you didn't make sense of that moment,
all right, Matt's
like,
playing.
why is she fucking married to
We
the guy
should
with 30
do
seconds tomorrow?
That's Harley Quinn's secret dream.
You want to pause?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Pause. Bring it back.
Continue on
Round
next.
two.
Round 2, Suicide Squad. Hey citizens, don't forget we have a P.O. box if you want to send us some fan art or some weird food from another country, or I'm still waiting on socks. Bryan probably wants something weird. Hiram will take, if you want to send us a game to play, he'll take that. Brett said no vials of blood or any bones or anything like that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, or mail us something. Thanks for watching.